Do you wish to be a liability or an asset to yourself, your business, your spouse, your family, or your children? This is a question that I once read some time ago in, I'm not sure, maybe a Harvard or a Forbes magazine. And this question has remained with me. And it has been instrumental in helping me to constantly make those right decisions. Agreed, everything is in turmoil these days. Parents are worried about the future and their finances and what the future holds for their children. Adolescents are worried, and it's their time to be out and about and with their friends and at universities, and they aren't allowed to be. Children are rebelling at home, and parents are facing a lot of problems. Little ones are difficult to control. Businesses are failing by the millions all over the world. Dreams are getting crushed. And yes, there's turmoil. But then Einstein said that in the midst of difficulty, you will always find opportunity. Always. Now, even at this junction and at this point in our lives, we can always do something that will turn this difficulty into opportunity. And again, I quote Churchill, who said, "A difficulty mastered is an opportunity won." So if you can take a difficult situation and master it, you can find an opportunity and actually become better than what you are now. So allow me to explain. There must have been times in your life when the rug of life was pulled from under your feet suddenly by an accident or an illness or a car crash or a loss of job or, any kind of turmoil in your life. Now, I faced that, and I worked for a multinational bank for a very long time, for 13 and a half years. And I was doing very well, and my friends used to tell me, "Jill, we would give our left arm for your job." But I wanted nothing more than to leave. I wanted to get away. And I begged my boss to let me go. Yes, I was strange. I wanted to be given redundancy rather than many people who have been made redundant by force. And so I fought for this, and I said, "I want to leave. I wish to leave. Let me go." And eventually, they let me go. I was delighted when suddenly a massive bombshell fell right into our laps. My husband took seriously ill, and it was a matter of life and death. And again, it was just at that time, as problems always come at the wrong time. But again, I was faced with this question. Jillian, do you wish to be a liability to yourself, to the state, to your spouse, to your children, to your family, to your friends? Or do you wish to be an asset to yourself and to all around you? And that was the difference that made the difference. It helped me to turn my mindset around. I'm going to leave you with 3 tips. Number 1, Warren Buffett. You might have all heard of him. The wealthiest man in the world at one time. When he was asked, "What can we invest in wisely?" he said, "The best investment you can make is in yourself." Meaning, we first need to invest in ourselves. We need to become strong ourselves. We need to become so strong that we can be there for others. We need to become this go-to person. We need to be strong for our children, for our parents, for our families, for our clients. We need to be this person. So we need to become strong ourselves. And this is a great time to evaluate your life. Sit down and think. We know the stuff that hasn't worked for us. We also know the stuff that has worked for us. We also know the stuff that we need to do in order to change our lives and to make our lives better and to feel fulfilled, to probably even leave a legacy behind. But let's not go that far right now. But we know, as they say, you can't lie to yourself when the lights go off. Similarly, you have the ability to sit down and make out a plan. Forget what's happened in the past. It's never too late. Make out a plan and move and work towards it. This is what he meant when he said we need to invest in ourselves. We have to be number one. My second tip to you is become this fountain of reliability, of value, of information, and this go-to person. I read this beautiful quote that said, become this well of sweet water where everyone comes to drink. I think I read it in Forbes or Harvard, one of those magazines, where it's so beautiful when you think of the animals coming at a certain time to a river every day and drinking from that one river flowing. We can become those people. I feel so blessed today that my family, my friends, my clients, my husband, everyone around me comes to me. I have delivered speeches in 2015 and 16 and 17, and still today people come to me and say, Jill, we have this pressing question. We need this help. We do not know how to deal with this situation. I needed to just, get your take on this. And it's so nice to be this fountain of, knowledge, of this fountain of a place where people can come when they need something. You can be that person. And my third tip to you is to invest firstly in your mental health. Domestic violence cases are on the rise. Depression is on the rise. People going for anger management help is on the rise. And all of the negativity in our lives is on the rise. But if we can take care of our mental health, that should be the uppermost in your mind. Because it's that part of us in our brain, our neurology, that is so fragile. It can be tipped at any point in time. A fight with your spouse, sadness from your children, and bad behavior from your little ones, a rude remark from your family. So much can happen. Money problems, job problems, health problems. Anything can tip us over the edge. And I have people crying their hearts out on calls to me saying, Jill, we do not know what else to do and we are at point break. And I had to come to you. We don't need to get to that stage in life. So make sure that you take this time, maybe half an hour, and if you're lucky, 1 hour every day, to sit and evaluate yourself and your life and to ask yourself, what are my good thoughts? What are my plans? What are my bad decisions? If you have to cry, cry. If you have to think. But please try to come to terms with what is happening and stabilize yourself. And you will see how well not only your life will get better, but even those lives around you.